Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about the digital things. Majority of the viewers and critic echo cinema with the storytelling. Digital media is understood as something which will let cinema tell its stories in a new way. Digital media redefine the very identified of cinema. French film theorist Marx wrote in 1970 that most films shot today, good or bad, originals or not, commercials or not, have as a common characteristic that tell a story. In these measures, they are all belonging to one and the same genre, which is rather a sort of superbrand. However, digital cinema is poisoned challenges to traditional cinema not only in narratives but in many other aspects. Cinema was understood for its birth as the art of motions, the arts which finally succeed in creating a convincing illusions of the dynamic reality. If we approach cinema in this way, we can see it superseding previous techniques for creating and display moving image. These earlier techniques share a number of common characteristics, for they all read on hand paints or the hard boiling image. The margin intern slides were painted at least until the 1950s. My brief celebrations Oxby's lecture 1980s features not to actual photograph but color drawings painted after the photographs. Not only were the images created manually, they were also manually animated. What is digital cinema? A visible sign of shift in the new role which computer generated special effort have come on to play in Hollywood industry in the last few years. Many recent blockbusters have been driven by special effect feeding on the popularity. Hollywood has even created a new mini journal of the making of videos and book which reveals how special effects are created. Until recently, Hollywood studios were the only ones which had the money to pay for digital tools and for the labor involved in the product digital effect. However, the shift to digital media affect not just Hollywood but filmmaking as a whole. As a tradition, filmmaking technology is universal, being replaced by digital technology. The logic of the filmmaking process is being redefined. Considering the following principle of the digital filmmaking belonging are the new principle of the digital filmmaking which are equally valid for individual or collective film productions regardless of whether they are using the most expensive professional hardware and software on its amateurs equivalents. Rather than filming physical data, it's now possible to generate film license directly in a computer with the help of 3D computer animations. Once live action footage is digitalized, it wants to privilege index relationship to pro filming reality. The computer does not distribute between an image obtained through the photographic lens, an image created in an paint program or an image synergies in 3D graphic packages. They are made from the same material. And a pixel, regardless of their origin, can be easily altered, sustainable on other, or one for another, and so on. Leave action footage to reduce to be just another graphic, no different than images which were created manually. If live action footage was left intact, is traditional filmmaking. Now it's function as a raw material for further composition, animating, and morphing. As a result, while retaining visual realism unique to the photographic process, film the plasticity which was previously only possible in painting or animations. To use of suggestive title of a popular morphing software, digital filmmakers work with elasticity reality. For example, the opening shot footage Gum's 1994 social effect by industry lights and tracks and usually long and extreme infinity flight of a feather. To create the shot, the real feather was filmed against a blue background in different positions. This material was then animated and composed against shot of a landscape. The result, a new kind of realism which can be described as something which looked is intended to look exactly as if it could have happened, although it really could not. Previously, editing and special effects were strictly separate activities. An editor worked for or other sequence of image together. Any interventions within an image was handled by special effect specialized. The computer collapsed these distributions. The manipulations of individual images via point programs and algorithm image process because a easy or arranging sequence of image in time. Both simply cut and paste as the basic components. For example, modifications of digital image is not sensitive to distinctions of time and space or difference of the scale. So reordering sequence of image in time, composition them rather in squares, modifying a part of individual image and changing individual pixel become the same operating conceptual and particularly. Given the preset principle, we can define digital film in this way. Digital film equals a live actual material plus painting, image processing, composition plus 2D computer animation plus 3D computer animation. Live action material can either be recorded on film or video directly in individual format. This is the way we can enhance the capacity and we can bring the capacity in an effective way. If you have any question, you directly can communicate with me. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.